You're planning a trip to China, you'd do well to prepare yourself for the array of exotic foods you're likely to come across. To get you started, we've rounded up a few of the most popular and strange-sounding dishes in the Orient. Number 1. Beggars Chicken. Beggars Chicken is a must-try if you're heading to Hangzhou. Typically served on a lotus leaf, this tender meat has a savory aroma, and is often eaten with rice and vegetables. While the meat itself may not seem like an unusual food, the story behind its name is what makes this dish truly captivating. The origins of Beggars Chicken can be derived from a story of a beggar in Hangzhou. With a chicken to eat, but no equipment other than a knife and fire to cook it, he solved the problem by slaughtering and gutting the chicken, before wrapping it in yellow mud and roasting it, so it appeared somewhat like an oversized potato. When he then peeled off the dry mud, the chicken's feathers also peeled away, and the beggar deemed the meat ready to eat. The modern method of cooking Beggars Chicken is much more hygienic, but emulates the origins of a classic Chinese cuisine which has stood the test of time. Number 2. Bamboo rice. Bamboo rice can be found in regions across China, but especially where there are Dai and Yao minority people. Always cooked until the bamboo is seared, this dish includes rice and pork, and creates a fragrant and wholesome outcome. To try the best bamboo rice when traveling China, head to the Yunnan Province, Guilin, Guizhou Province and Taiwan. Perhaps the least unusual food on the list, this dish is one to keep in mind for those with less adventurous taste buds, or as a fail-safe option when nothing else seems appealing. Number 3. Century egg. Also called the preserved egg, it doesn't actually take 100 years to prepare. This dish was created in rural China, after a farmer found some naturally preserved duck eggs in muddy water. He tasted them, and decided to replicate them through manual preservation. It went on to become a delicacy, surviving centuries in Hong Kong, China, and Southeast Asia. These days, chicken, duck, or quail eggs are soaked in a large volume of strong black tea, lime, salt, and freshly burned wood ashes to achieve the same effect. The eggs can be soaked for any time between 7 weeks and 5 months, to obtain the intended preserved egg or century egg taste. Number 4. Stinky Tofu. Particularly for first-time visitors to China, the scent of stinky tofu can be overbearing. Despite the smell, the dish is served from hundreds of street food vendors and small restaurants, especially in major cities like Beijing. Stinky tofu is usually made from a mixture of tofu combined with fermented milk, vegetables and a meat or fish-based brine. To achieve particularly stinky tofu, the brine is most effective when it's weeks, or even months, old. Many of the factory-made versions have less of an intense stench than the homemade or restaurant versions, so if the smell is putting you off, it's probably best to stick to supermarket versions which will be less overpowering. It is often served in small cubes, which are skewered together by street food vendors. Number 5. Fried Bee Poopy. Fried Bee Poopy are richly nutritious, with a high level of protein and a low fat content. Commonly used as an ingredient for cooking dishes in the areas of Zhangjiajie, Fengwang Ancient Town, Southeast Guizhou, and Yunnan Province, the most common way to eat bee pupae is fried until golden. Other alternatives include steamed bee pupa, stir-fried bee pupa, crispy bee poop cake and cold-fried bee pupa in sauce. While it may seem unusual to eat bees, many other insects are also eaten and enjoyed in China. How about trying spider, black beetle, centipede, scorpion, or grasshopper when browsing a night market in Beijing? Number 6. Spinach Noodles. Spinach noodles are especially popular in Xi'an, but can also be found in other Chinese cities. Just as the name suggests, they are just noodles made from spinach, but are also often topped with chili, meat, eggs, vegetables or anything else that might appeal to you. This made-from-scratch dish is unlikely to be the most unusual taste you've ever experienced, but the green stringy creations will still leave a little intrigue on your palate. And, if nothing else, you may appreciate the option of going for something slightly healthier than the fried Chinese cuisine you may be used to at home. Number 7. Fried Mashy. Similar in the way it looks to fried rice or chow mein, a mashy dish is actually created with crunchy vegetables and noxai like mashi. The result is both sweet and spicy, and is a very traditional option full of nutrients and easy to prepare. It stems from Shaanxi province, and has always been considered as a very sociable meal. Cheap and simple to create, its high flour content makes it very filling, and a good option to cook in large quantities. If you end up staying in a homestay or with a Chinese family, this will be a comforting dish you'll recognize and love. So there you have it, 7 foods you'll only find in China.